Hey folks, Dan Slobodin from First Strike Athletics. Today, we're going to watch a kickboxing fight. I'm going to break it down, I'm going to critique it, I'm going to offer some constructive criticism, we're going to look at some technical things, some tactical things, and we're talking about the elements that people need to consider when they're fighting against someone from an open stance, meaning orthodox versus southpaw or right-handed fighter versus left-hand fighter. This is K1 modified rules. It is an amateur fight. They have headgear, 10-ounce gloves, and shin guards. Knockouts are allowed, so this isn't like point contact, sparring, or anything like that. And you can win obviously by decision. We're not going to review the whole fight. We're just going to go over the first round because I don't actually have the whole fight available to me. In the red shorts, we have Silas Estrada. I hope I'm saying your name right, buddy. And in the black shorts, we have Traynor. I did not have their names when I was editing the video, so I just called them red short guy and black short guy. All right, so for these guys to get into the cage and fight in battlefield, it takes a lot of courage, so we're going to keep everything respectful. For them to allow me to make this video critiquing them and putting it on YouTube for everyone to watch also takes some courage to do, so I'm going to respect that, and we're all going to keep it respectful. Constructive criticism only. If you have comments that you'd like to add to this, maybe things I've missed or things you'd like to add on, by all means, please do. But if I see any negative comments, I'm going to delete them. I don't really care about negative comments on my videos. That doesn't really bother me. But for these guys, we're going to keep everything nice and respectful. Okay? So with that being said, let's watch it. All right, so let's get into it. Fight starts, bell rings, they come out, they touch gloves. And right off the start, this is the first thing I noticed is he left his arm out while he was evading the kick, and he gets his arm kicked. Nothing major, it doesn't look like, but I have seen people get their arm broken doing that. Ideally, you swing your arm down. Not only does it get your arm out of the way of the kick, but it makes it easier to come back up if you're doing the lean back defense. So just a little something to think about if you're trying to evade kicks, don't leave your lead arm out there. So here he eats a couple leg kicks, and on this one he eats the kick, but he throws a right hand. So if you're gonna take a kick, you may as well give one back. No free kicks, as my coach used to say. His opponents are switching stance a lot, which can be very confusing. You don't always notice it right away especially when you're a beginner. So a little clinch, they move back in the center. His opponent again switching stances, right? It makes it quite confusing there. A little calf kick, a little fake, which I like. I'm going to link a video here so you can learn how to do that. It's a really good setup for setting up leg kicks and sweeps. Now right here, his opponent is switching back to southpaw and he throws a big kick. And his opponent hasn't really been setting up these big kicks as well. So ideally, instead of moving away, he should check this kick. When someone's southpaw and they're throwing an inside leg kick and you check it, you can do a lot of damage to their leg. That's how Anderson Silva broke his leg. So you're right there. Instead of moving out of the way, you're being better off checking it and coming in and using that attack, especially against a taller opponent. That's the perfect time. After the kick, check it and get right in on top of them. So here we're going to see some lead hand fighting. Very useful for southpaw versus orthodox. It gives you a good idea of your opponent's range and where they're moving, especially if they're trying to move away from your power hand. You can kind of get a sense of that. So that's a very useful technique to use when you're fighting against someone of an opposite stance. And here's a perfect example of how you can use that to set up a power shot. So let's watch this again. So he's got into the lead hand fighting. He's getting his lead foot to the outside, and as soon as he does, he gets that right hand right down the middle, cracks him. Really well done. And then after this clinch exchange, we're going to see his opponent in the black try to do basically the same thing. Little lead hand, gets his foot to the outside and throws that left hand over top. He doesn't quite connect, but it's the same idea. And you're going to see it a lot. That's orthodox versus southpaw kind of 101. Get your lead foot to the outside, and that sets up the power hand. That being said, you can still do some good work, even if your foot's on the inside. And we're going to see that in a couple seconds here. They have a little exchange. And you'll see Red has his foot on the inside. And he does this really nice combo that I like. Is that lead uppercut to right hand. So right here, Red does a great job of getting back to the outside and landing a 1-2. He should follow up with like a lead hook and a high kick. Instead, he backs back out. So I would not advise that. If you're landing and you've done the work to get inside, keep punishing your opponent. Don't let them catch their breath. Don't give them space. If you have to move on an angle and not straight back. But speaking of punishing your opponent, so here we see a nice right kick to the body. Very hard for his opponent to catch this because he's attacking the rear side. So again, orthodox versus southpaw, that right power kick coming around the side, very useful kick to have in your arsenal. And now we're going to go into the last 10 seconds of the round. You hear the clapper, and his opponent gets some good shots in at the end. They're not the best way to end the round. I always try and get my students and my fighters to finish strong the last 10 seconds. Because a lot of times, if everything else is even, that's what the judges are going to go with. They're going to go with that last few seconds. So yeah, that's it for this video. We're just doing the 1 round. This was not a complete fight in this video, so I'm just going to end it here. As always, if you guys have any constructive criticism, you'd like to add anything you guys saw that maybe I missed, please write it down in the comments below. If you would like me to review your video, whether it's sparring or a fight, I would love to do it. Just, again, write down in the comments below and I'll get a hold of you. And thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe for more videos. Train hard, train smart, train safe. And I'll see you all folks in the next video.